Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about an important concept of your microeconomics, that is central problems of an economy. Okay. So now let's start these central problems of an economy. So friends, before going to discuss about the central problems of an economy, what is central problem of economy, what are different central problems of economy, everything else, first of all, we have to know that why we have to study economics. What is the fundamental of economics? That we have to know first, then only we will discuss. Now you see friends, all of you know that economics is all about management of resources. You all are agree with this? Now you see, this during this process we will find that our resources are scarce or limited. The stock of resource is fixed and it is scarce. But friends, the human wants are unlimited. It is the characteristics of human wants that it is unlimited, because when one want will be satisfied, then another wants will corpse of its place. So these two things when happens, then the problems arise in an economy. How to manage these scarce resources to fulfill such unlimited wants. So this is how we can manage. This is what called your economics. Now you see friends, we can now take one example of these two concepts. Suppose your father has given you 100 rupees. So the total resource available with you is 100 rupees. That is, this is the resource. But you have to purchase in the market, you have to purchase one book. Let you are purchasing only three things. One is book, which costs 90 rupees. Then a pen, which costs 50 rupees. And a sweet, which costs 70 rupees. But your total want became your 210. But you see, your total want is 200 and your resource available to satisfy these wants is 100 only. Therefore, these resources is limited, but the human wants or your wants are unlimited. This same situation arises with every economy of the world. But friends, the problem is not here. Where the problem will arise? The problem will arise then because of one of the interesting characteristics of these scarce resources. These scarce resources have alternative uses. How you see, this 100 rupees can be used for purchasing the book, or it can be used for purchasing the pen, or it can be used for purchasing the sweets. So this 100 rupees is now can be used either for the purchase of book, or for the purchase of pen, or for the purchase of sweet. So this is called your that is alternative uses of these resources. Resource of alternative uses. So when this is happening, then the problem will arise. Then now you think your case, then you will now think you have to take a choice that which one you have to purchase first. Whether you have to purchase the book, or you have to purchase the pen, or you have to purchase sweet, because you cannot purchase all these things. All these require 210 rupees. But you have only how many? 100 rupees. So this type of problem arises before each and every economy. And this is nothing but the problem of a choice. When this problem of choice arises, and that problem of a choice is called your central problem of an economy. So now friends, we will discuss this problem of choice, or what this central problem of an economy is. So we will discuss this in brief. Now you see what actually the meaning of these central problems of an economy. You see, Central from the problems of choice arise. This is the problems of choice arise in an economy due to unlimited human wants in relation to in, in relation to scarce or limited resource which have alternative uses. So this is because due to unlimited human wants in relation to scarcity of these resources which have alternative uses that give rise to the problem of choice. So this problem of a choice which arise in the economy due to unlimited human wants in relation to scarce resources which have alternative uses or competitive usages are called central problems of an economy. Now we will see what are these central problems of an economy. Now you see what are different types of central problems of an economy related to allocation of resources. We are giving more focus on the allocation of resources. As far as these scarce resources are allocated, then what are the different types of central problems arise in an economy? And these central problems are basically divided into three types. One is what to produce. This is related to the problem of consumption. Then another one is how to produce, that is related to the problem of production. And the last one is for whom to produce, that is related to the problem of distribution. So these three are the central problems: what to produce, then how to produce, and for whom to produce. So these are the basic central problems faces by every economy of the world as far as allocation of resources is constant. So this is central. Now we will discuss each and every problem one by one. Let's discuss this. Now you see the first problem, that is what to produce. Actually, this what to produce is related to the problems of consumption. That means as numerous wants are there, then the problem is what good to be produced, and second one is in what quantity. So this what to produce problem has two planks. One is what goods to be produced, and the second one is in what quantity their chosen good is to be produced. Why this? Because you see, as the economy has to produce a numerous wants, but the resources are limited. Therefore, all the goods cannot be produced simultaneously. एक साथ इकोनॉमी सारा गुड्स का प्रोडक्शन नहीं कर सकता है. Hence, the economy has to take a choice among the bundle of wants. The economy has to take a choice among these bundle of wants, that which good to be produced first and the production of which goods are to be postponed. This is what the central problem of what to produce. Now friends, we will see that how the economy will solve this problem. Now, to solve this problem of what to produce, the economy will be guided by the principle of prioritization of wants. What does this prioritization of wants? Because you know that an interesting characteristics of human want is that though all wants cannot be satisfied simultaneously, but a particular want can be satiable, because wants differ in priorities. All wants are not equally important. Some are most urgent, some are less urgent. So accordingly, the economy will rank all these wants in order of priority. Therefore, those wants which are most urgent will be produced first, and which are less urgent, their production will be postponed. That means in the order of ranking, which wants or which goods will remain in the highest ladders, they are most urgent and their production will be treated urgent and they will be produced fast. And those ones, those goods which are in the least of the orders, they are less urgent and the economy will postpone the production of those goods. This is the guiding principle of how to solve the central problems of an economy related to what to produce. Now friends, we have to take an example. Suppose there is a choice before the economy between the civilian goods like butter and defense goods like your guns. Suppose it is a peace period. As it is a peace period, civilian goods are more prioritized goods. Their demand is most urgent. So the economy will produce more civilian goods like butter and less defense goods like gun. If it is a war period, then the more priority will be given to the defense goods. So the economy will produce more defense goods like your gun and less production of a butter, that is your civilian goods. So this is all about the central problems of what to produce. So friends, after solving the first problem, that is what to produce, and that means which goods to be produced and in which quantity, the next problem arises before the economy is how to produce these chosen goods. Why the economy usually decide this? Why the problem will arise? Because you know that as the resources are scarce, the economy will try to utilize these available resources in such a manner so that the wastage should be the least and use of the economy should be efficient. There should be efficient and full utilization of resources, and that is nothing but economizing of resources. So when this problem arises, that problem is related to the problems of techniques of production or choice of techniques of production. What are the techniques of production available with the economy? Now the economy will take a choice among these techniques available. So basically there are two types of techniques available with the economy. One is labor intensive technique, another is your capital intensive technique. What this labor intensive technique is? The labor intensive technique is a techniques of production which use more labor as its input and less capital, and capital intensive technique is a technique of production which use more capital and less labor as its inputs. Now we will discuss these, how then when the economy will take a choice among these, then how the economy will be guided, that we will discuss now. When this problem of choice of technique arises before the economy, then how the economy will be guided? What will be the guiding principle? So you see, the guiding principle to solve the problem of how to produce is the principle of comparative cost advantage. What is this comparative cost advantage? Now the technique in which the economy will enjoy comparatively cost advantage, इसका मतलब है कि when the economy have less cost in comparison to other techniques, then the economy will apply that technique of production because the cost of production will be less. Now you see, this will depend on what? Now this will depend on the availability of resources. As you know that the input, that means whether labor will be used or capital as machine will be used, that will be depends on the prices of the inputs, and prices of the input depends on its supply. If supply is more, price is less. If supply is less, price is more. So definitely you see, if this will depend on available resources. If the resource is abundant in the economy or its availability or supply is more, obviously its price will be less, and the economy will enjoy comparatively cost advantage if it will apply that input or that resource as input in the production process. For example, you see, India is a labor surplus country. Labor is available plentifully in India. As the supply of labor is more, so the cost of the labor in India is basically low. Therefore, India will use labor intensive technique. In contrast to this, you can take the example of America. in America that labor is a deficit or labor is scarce factors. So the America will definitely use your capital intensive technique of production. By this, America will enjoy comparative cost advantage. So this is for the guiding principles and everything about the problem of how to produce. So the third problem of the central problems for economy is for whom to produce. So this for whom to produce says that once the economy decide which good to be produced, in what quantity to be produced, and by which techniques it will be produced, then now the problem arises for whom these goods will be produced. Who will get how much? This is the main problem of the economy. That means this is related to the choice of consumers. Then this depends on income distribution. Then which consumer will get how much depends on the distribution of income. So this income distribution is of two planks. One is personal distribution, another is functional distribution. Personal distribution means distribution of income among group of individuals. That means as the goods which are produced, how much income is generated by these goods will be distributed among the individuals. How this will be distributed among individuals. And the second problem is your functional distribution. Functional distribution means how much income will be distributed among various factors of production. So this is your groups. This is your factors of production. Factors of production. So that means see how much land will get, how much labor will get, how much capital will get, how much entrepreneur will get. So this is about the problem of for whom to produce. Okay, now we will discuss the guiding principle of these problems. So now the question is how these central problems of for whom to produce will be solved. But you know that in different economics, this problem will be solved differently. As you know, there are three types of economies in the world, basically capitalist economy, socialist economy and mixed economy. Then this problem of for whom to produce is solved differently in these different economies. If it is a capitalist economy, then the problem will be solved by the principle of paying capacity. That means it will depends on the ability of the person to pay. That means who can pay for how much they will get that much of the goods produced. In the socialist economy, it will be solved by the principle of social welfare. That means how much an individual require. This depends on the requirement of the people. Who require which good in what quantity, that will be provided to them. And in a mixed economy, this will be solved with the principle of growth with equity and justice. That means there should be fair and equitable distribution of the goods produced in the economy. So this is all about the central problems we have discussed so far. Okay? Thanks.